Hello and welcome back to another Abletunes tutorial. Today I'm going to be using their Deep Raw template to show how to use the chord and scale MIDI effect in Ableton Live. The first thing we want to do is take a listen to our bass line here. We'll double click. We'll see we've got E, G, D, A. Let's take a quick listen to this. This is in E minor. Let's take a listen to this bass line by itself soloed. So what we'll do here is we'll double click on our pad and you'll notice that we have the chord function opened. If you go over to your library here and you click your chord button here, you'll see some chords that you can open up here or you can create your own. What I like to do is just pull the chord function down here, which we've already got it. It'll automatically open up. I'll delete the one that we've got already. Now that you have your chord function opened here, we want to play just this pad sound and we'll see what we've got going on here. Typically in a minor or major, you're going to go up 3, 4, 5, 7, 10, or 12 semitones, or you can go down the same intervals. So what we want to do here is I want to go up here. I'm going to click on my first adjustment parameter here. I'm just going to arrow up to +3 semitones right there. Let's take a listen to the sound now. And now without. You can hear it actually go out of tune whenever you do that, which is how you're going to know if you're hitting a correct chord or not. So now that we have +3 semitones, so let's take a +5 semitones here and let's see what this sounds like then. Okay, let's go up to 7. Okay, so I'm really liking the way that the 7 and the 3 sound. So let's come over here, let's do one more. Let's try going up to 10 on this next one and see what that sounds like. Much more full. So without the chord function, we have this. And with it, and our actually MIDI notes here is just an E, a D, and an A, which is going to complement our bass line. So let's listen to our bass line and our pads now. So the next thing we're going to look at here is our stab, which is later on in the song. Let's listen to the section by itself and see what we have going on. Okay, you can hear all of those chords working together really well. Now on this stab, we've done a +3, a +7, and then a -12. Let's just solo up this stab button here, and let's take a listen to what the sound is without the chord function on it. And now with the chord effect engaged. Okay, so I've got +3 semitones, +7 semitones, and then -12. So that's going to have a little root note. It's the E is the root note, so it's going to be playing a bass note of E, and it's going to be playing 1, 2, 3, which is a G, and then 7 notes is a B on top of the actual E root note that's in the chord. A great way to write chords like this is to just go in, have a single note melody like this stab here is. You can see here you can bring in your chord function and you can lay it down on top of it. That's going to make your song sound a lot fatter. If you want to play with some interesting chords, you can obviously go plus or minus, and that's going to be able to bring in some really unique textures, and it's going to help your ears learn where the semitones actually need to be. So now that we have our pad here, we have our stab, and we have our bass going on. I'm going to bring you down to our lead that we're going to write, and we're going to focus on the scale function right here. Again, if you go into your library window and you go to MIDI effects, you'll see a scale function right here. You're going to click that. This is going to bring in all of your musical modes. Now each one of these is going to do a quantization, but instead of quantizing it in time, it's actually going to quantize the notes. These are the ones that are actually in this unique mode. So if I were to pull down this one, say Neapolitan major scale, you can see how it varies differently from the ones that are lit up on my E minor scale. This right here is how you adjust. So if I wanted a Neapolitan major scale and I wanted to make it in the key of F sharp, I would go to the bass, which is the root note. I can scroll through it, as you can see, and that's how you actually select what your root note of your mode is. This is a great way to be able to play all of your stuff the way that you want and not have to worry about playing out of key, out of mode. It's going to make everything quantized. If it goes out of the key and out of the melodic range, it's actually going to quantize it, so you actually can't play a wrong note. We'll listen to this little lead that I drew in that has the scale function on it here, and we'll see what we've got. Now this is just based roughly on some of the root notes and the notes that are in the actual bass line. So let's take a listen here and let's see what we've got without this soloed. Now if I were to change this to say a C, let's listen to how this sounds. Does not sound right. Let's go up to our E now and let's listen to that. See how the black keys here actually change positions as I scroll through here? That's moving the same mode different places on the keyboard so that it can be played correctly in its bass or root key. So if I bring this down to C, this scale is going to be played in a different part of the keyboard than it would be than if it is in the key of E. That's why it sounds weird when I put it in C. Let's listen one more time. Having a writing template that has these things built into it will save you a lot of time, and it's something that I like to do personally as an artist and producer. This has been Architect for Abletunes. I hope that this has been a very helpful tutorial, and thank you for listening.